If that thing hasn't changed from green to red down there before I get through, I'll tell you what happened to my son and I when we were invited to southeastern Colorado and northern Texas just a few weeks ago and met with some of the largest farmers in America, where 40% of the food supply of America is grown. And after 3 days with those farmers, they begged me. They said, Chaplain Williams, please go back to the people in the city. Beg them to look at your DVD of Torn from the Land, a professionally done video done by a Hollywood studio. Even wrote their own musical score for it. Beg them, because he said, Chaplain Williams, tell the people in the city that at the price of diesel fuel, we cannot tend our farms after this year. There will be a food shortage in America within a year and a half. You ready for the solution? There is a solution. I wouldn't dare leave you without this. You may not like some of what I have to say. May I say it anyway? I have to tell you the truth. The solution to this is in about 4 parts. The first solution to all of this is spiritual. You can stand everything else if your spiritual foundation is sure. The most valuable things on the face of this earth are spiritual, not physical. I know you're here for the physical, and I am partially too. But the most valuable things in the world, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, kindness, greatest virtues they are. A man walked up to me the other day after I said something like this, and he said, "Oh, Chaplain, I can't accept this God stuff." He said, "I can't see it." I said, "Do you love your wife?" "Oh, sure, I love my wife." I said, "Can you see it?" I said, "Then how do you know you have it?" John chapter 8 in the Bible in verse 32 says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." I'd like to quote that incorrectly. I warn you in advance, because the Bible warns about quoting it incorrectly. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth will scare you to death. Quite to the contrary. When it happens to the dollar, what is inevitable? You see, if we were allowed to have the oil from the North Slope of Alaska to come to American refineries, the price of gasoline at the gas pump could plummet as much as $1.50 a gallon. But our president cannot allow it. And they will never open up ANWR. Why won't they? Because if they allowed the oil from our own soil to come to American refineries, the other oil-producing countries of the world that haven't jumped ship yet would not be obligated to buy our national securities, our T-bills and our securities, and the dollar would collapse within a month's time. And our president knows it. But yet, on the other hand, if other nations continue to jump ship and don't use the American dollar, and the New York bankers no longer have the control of the oil of the world through the control of the American dollar, the dollar will collapse anyway. Just a matter of time. It's going to happen one way or the other. Had you rather have back the great American dream and some honesty in Washington, D.C., and let the dollar collapse if necessary? And then start all over again? I think it's time to kill the spider, don't you? Not just brush down the cobwebs. So what's happening? Whenever this happens, do you really think that health care is going to be out there for you? Doctors, they don't work free of charge. Neither do hospitals operate free of charge. How about schools? You think a school teacher will continue if there's a collapse of the dollar? You know, I hope that you people realize that right here in this exhibition hall, you have everything you need to protect yourself. You realize that? May I point them out? I've written 2 books on alternative health, one of which I'm going to give you. And I hope you'll drop by in the exhibition hall and take me up on my bargain in a moment. What do you think is going to happen? We are headed for hyperinflation. There are major problems taking place with the dollar. Have you noticed that within the past 4 weeks, the stock market plummeted over 400 points? Did you notice that the dollar is going down and down and down? Have you noticed you're paying more at the grocery store and the hardware store, and that even at Walmart you're paying more? I must give you one item here. They just gave me the minutes I have, and I have time to do it. Will you bear with me? When I was with the farmers in southeastern Colorado, thank you very much, by the way, folks back there, for giving me the time left. And when the farmers, I met with them in southeastern Colorado, they said to me, Chaplain Williams, we've been getting some of the strangest inquiries within the past year. I said, what? They said, real estate agents are writing us and saying, we'd like to buy your farm. They don't ask us for how much. They don't say we'd like to bargain for the price. We just say we want your farm. They said, Chaplain Williams, can you possibly tell us why these real estate agents are contacting us and who it is that wants to buy our farm? They said, we have contacted the real estate agents back again and said, who wants to buy it? And they refuse to tell us who their clients are. You know who they are? Let's take China. Just as an example. You could do this with many nations. Let's take China. An entrepreneur in China who has been making money off of Walmart, and he's got $1 million sitting in his coffers in a bank in China, and he can't do anything with it because China doesn't buy anything from America. America only buys something from China. And all of a sudden he hears Mr. Masahiro Karawa say that the American dollar is about to collapse. He hears Iran say, we're jumping out. We're not going to use the American dollar. We're afraid of it now. And Russia says, we're going to use our own currency and establish our own boss. And all of a sudden, this entrepreneur in China realizes he's holding $1 million of American money and he can't do anything with it. What does he do? Same thing Dubai did. He contacts a real estate agent in America and he says, I don't care what the price is. He said, I want the farm. He said, just give me anything. I'll buy it at any cost. It doesn't matter. He wants to get rid of his American dollars. And this is happening all over the world. That loan that you took out at the bank, the loan, you borrowed money. You know that the bank has a right to sell that paper? If they need more money to operate their bank, they can sell your mortgage to anybody in the world they need in order to get operating funds. Suppose they sell it to an Arab. Suppose they sell it to a Chinese. Suppose they sell it to someone in Japan. They could sell it to someone in Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq. And there wouldn't be a thing in the world you could do about it because it's in the fine print that they can sell it to anybody they want to. And when America's dollar continues to slide as it's doing right now, do you think they'll have any mercy on you when you can't make your house payment if they're an Arab or a Chinese or a Japanese? And I have nothing against those people. I love them. My wife is from a foreign country. I brought her into America. But can you imagine what they're going to do when you can't make your payment? It's dangerous, folks. You'd better have a roof over your head. And I said to these farmers, I said, who wants to buy your farm? Maybe a Chinese, maybe an Arab. It doesn't matter. They want to get out of their American dollars. They're scared to death of our currency and $9 trillion national debt. Now, right over here in this exhibition hall, and by the way, the only thing I have is my books and my DVDs. So don't think that I'm in cahoots with anybody in that exhibition hall. I'm not. I didn't even know them until I got here. But I want to tell you what's over there. First of all, you think health care is going to be around. Whenever the dollar continues its plummet and inflation goes through the roof, the hospital, modern-day healthcare system will not be there for you as it is today.